In a quiet town, there lived a boy named Ayan. He wasn't the loudest or the most popular, but everyone knew he was smart. He had a sharp memory, quick answers, and big dreams of becoming a doctor, but there was one problem: he couldn't stay focused. No matter how many times he sat down to study, something always pulled him away. His phone, his thoughts, a craving for snacks, a notification he just had to check, and every time he'd promise himself, "I'll just take a quick break," but those quick breaks became long disappearances, and slowly his momentum disappeared with them. When exam results came out, Ayan was crushed. He hadn't failed, but he was far below what he expected. His teachers were surprised, his parents were disappointed, but worst of all, he was ashamed. That night, he sat in the dark staring at his phone. His screen time said 6 hours. His study time, maybe 40 minutes. He muttered, "What's wrong with me?" He didn't feel lazy. He just felt hijacked. Like his mind wasn't under his control anymore. That's when he remembered something his grandfather once told him: "If you don't train your mind, someone else will." The next morning, Ayan visited his grandfather, a quiet man who rarely spoke unless necessary. They sat outside under the neem tree. Ayan confessed everything: the distractions, the failure, the helplessness. His grandfather listened, then nodded. "I've seen this before," he said. "Let me tell you a story. Years ago, there was a young man named Veer who dreamed of becoming the greatest archer in the land. He trained daily, but never made progress. One day, he approached an old master asking for help. The master took him to a riverbank. He placed a floating leaf on the water and handed Veer a bow. "Shoot it!" Veer aimed, released, and missed. "What did you see?" the master asked. "The leaf, the river, the sky, the trees," Veer replied. The master shook his head. "That's the problem. You see everything. A true archer sees only the target." Veer didn't understand at first, but he kept coming back. Day after day, he stood at that riverbank, ignoring the wind, the birds, the noise, until one day, when asked the same question, he answered, "I see only the leaf," and this time his arrow hit the center. Ayan stared at the ground silent. He finally understood. His mind wasn't weak, it was scattered. It wasn't about effort, it was about direction. "But how do I get there?" he asked. "How do I train my focus?" His grandfather smiled. "You don't wait for motivation, you build discipline. And discipline is a choice you repeat until it becomes a habit." He leaned in and said, "Start with 1 hour a day. No phone, no noise, just you and your goal. When your mind wanders, don't fight it. Bring it back again and again. Every time you return to your task, you're building your strength. That's training." That evening, Ayan made a new rule. No more studying with distractions nearby. He silenced his phone, kept his desk clean, and wrote down exactly what he needed to do each day. He didn't aim to study for hours, just focused blocks, fully present, fully in control. The first week was messy. He slipped, he scrolled, he forgot, but he kept coming back. And little by little, his focus grew sharper. He no longer needed to force himself. He wanted to stay in control. Months passed. By the end of the semester, Ayan didn't just score well, he topped his class. But more importantly, he felt different, clearer, stronger, quieter inside. He hadn't just improved his grades, he had reclaimed his mind. Years later, when people asked him how he did it, he never mentioned coaching, shortcuts, or study hacks. He just said, "Your mind is like a wild horse. If you don't train it, it'll drag you into places you never wanted to go." Then he'd pause, smile, and add, "But if you train it, it'll take you exactly where you want to be."